Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9V Games, and this is going to be a very light review for The Walking Dead because it's episode, this goes by episodes, and episode 1 is the only one out right now. And we already have a full review on the website from Angela. I'll put the link below to her channel so you can check that out. So, The Walking Dead. Now, if you watched my first 10 minutes of the game, I didn't really let this out because I didn't want to look like a noob, but the game is actually way different than what I thought. I thought the game was going to be a third-person action game, like a third-person shooter, and it was not, and that's refreshing because zombies and shooters together are getting kind of played out, and I love zombies, and I love Resident Evil, and I love, Dead Rising. That's the type of game I thought it was going to be, like Dead Rising, and it was going to be cel-shaded like comic book, and it's not. It's actually quite a bit of fresh air. It's kind of like I said before, it's like Indigo Prophecy. And the more I play of it, I said it wasn't like, Back to the Future. The more I play of it, the more it is like Back to the Future, which is not a bad thing. There were a couple points where it had its slower moments. It was more about solving out situations, like the part where you're in the drugstore. That's all I'll say. I won't say anything story-wise. There's a part where you're in a drugstore where you got to go around, you need to get item A, use it in, spot B. You have to do that type of thing. The thing that I did like about it, I liked the way that they handled the combat scenarios. The combat scenarios was pretty great. It wasn't like, headshots. You did have to do headshots, but you had to line up with the stick, and you had to press the button. It was different. It was a different way of going about it. It's hard for me to explain it. So just go back and watch the first 10 minutes. It's hard for me to explain how the combat works, but I mean, it's not like you're straightforward, like here's a gun, go through and start mowing down zombies. And that's a good thing because I keep saying it's a good thing. It's a good thing because we already have that, and this is a great alternative. And that's not really where the game shines. The game really shines in the story and the voice acting and just the overall presentation of the game. This game is pretty much atmosphere, and it's atmosphere created by good voiceover work. A good story is very well written, and where people might have thought it was lacking in Back to the Future, they definitely brought it in Walking Dead, and this is like a great extension of the comic book series. Now, just by characters you meet and locations you see, this is not the show. This is not from the show. This is definitely from the comic book. That's all I'm going to say. Like Herschel's farm and whatnot. It's hard. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. I really want people to go out and play this. It's short but sweet. I mean, the game is good, and what I can say I like about it, like I said, the story is good. It's a nice side story. It totally fits in with the choices that you have to make in the game, like your character type. I can just say that obviously, if you watch the first 10 minutes, your character is being escorted back into a city. He was in the back of a police car. He clearly committed a crime of some sort. And, with the world gone to shit, he's basically like a new man. So when you're making decisions and the way you talk to people, you can basically come out and you can be this good guy and have your hidden past, or you can start to let it out, although people will change how they feel towards you and your character. And I think that's the other aspect of the game I like so much, is that it's all choice-based. And it in the top of the screen while you're playing, when you say a certain thing, like, there's one point where you get to pick to help one or the other person. This was the oh shit moment for me. You get to pick to help one person or the other, but it's not presented that way. It was presented in a way of who are you going to help first. Well, I helped one person, and up here it said, you chose to save this person. And I said, oh shit. I did not mean to. I just meant to help them first and then go help the other person, because they were closer, you know what I mean? So, things like that, it kind of pumps me up. Like, it made me upset at first. I was like, no, you didn't present it that way. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that's great, because now I'm going to be stuck with this choice that I made, and I'm going to have to deal with the consequence later on in the game. And your choices carry up through episodes. So the choices you make in here, while the consequences aren't going to be immediate, or they're not going to be a super impact, I got a feeling in the later on episodes, or actually from what I've read, in the later on episodes, it could demolish your game. It could it could ruin scenarios for you, or it could make them better. And I absolutely love that about this game, and I like that they're doing it in the episode format. The one drawback is it's now an investment on you as a gamer. You have to. I mean, if you play the first episode, you're not going to want to stop at episode 3 or 4. You're going to want to continue on. Now it's an investment. Now you're going to have to buy every episode that comes out. So obviously I'm going to tell you that if you even start playing the first one and you like it, just buy the season pass. Because, like I said, you're not going to want to play 1, because then if you're just playing through episode 1, you're playing an incomplete game. It's that simple. So, I'm sending this to Telltale, so I'm trying to watch my mouth. I love you guys' game. I'm not going to bash it, but I'm going to say that if it's per episode, just pay for it right away. Otherwise you're going to end up paying more, and you're going to want to complete the game. You know what I mean? If you want to know if you're going to like the game, alright, this is hard to explain. Download the demo. If you don't like the way the game plays, don't buy it. That's that, because that's the way that the game is going to be played. Now that I know where the demo point ends, thanks to Mahler, if you don't like it up until that point, do not play the game. Because it gets more in-depth than that. I know some people don't like it. They're like, where's the action? Blah, blah, blah. This game is not for you. I really think this is a thinking man's game. This is a thinking man's zombie game, and it's great. And then, of course, the other part that I like that has no drawbacks to it is the voice acting is very, very good for a downloadable game. Like, it is AAA quality voice acting. The people do not do crappy jobs. Even kids, and I know it's kids is hard sometimes to get good voice acting out of children. The girl who does Clementine's awesome. You're going to really care about that character. There's a lot of characters you look at and you're going to be like, you know what, I want them to be around, but I know what's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, the partnership between Lee and Clementine is just amazing. Obviously, the way I handled it, it came out amazing. I can't continue down that path either because I'll ruin it for you. Just play the game, man. If you enjoy the comics or you enjoy the show, you're going to enjoy this game, story-wise. Even if the action's not for you, the story is worth playing through just to get the story. You know what I mean? So definitely check it out. I'll say it one more time, just because I like this word. The story is great. If you like story, that's twice, then go and get the game. But if you want to see what the game's like and you don't want to purchase it right away, either download the demo or watch me play the first 10 minutes, because the first 10 minutes is where the demo ends anyways. So, that's that. If you want a better, more in-depth review on the Steam version, that will be on Angela's channel, which is listed below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys get this, because we love Telltale here, and they definitely did a really good thing with Walking Dead, and we can't wait to see where they're going with it in the future. Thank you guys.